Let your mind drift back to those extraordinary moments that defied explanation, when you knew who was calling before the phone rang, when you thought of someone moments before they appeared, when your deepest wishes materialized as if by magic. These were not coincidences. They were glimpses through the veil that separates ordinary perception from ultimate reality. The ancients knew what quantum physicists are only now beginning to understand. Reality is not fixed but fluid, not solid but vibrating energy, not separate from consciousness, but intimately shaped by it. This knowledge was not meant to remain hidden. It has surfaced throughout history in fragments, whispered in temples, encoded in manuscripts, and passed down through generations of mystics who understood the true nature of existence. You have been drawn to this knowledge because you are ready to awaken to your role as a conscious creator of reality. The quantum energy law reveals that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are not merely passive observers of reality. They are the very forces that shape it. Every moment, you are broadcasting energy into the quantum field, and this field responds with perfect precision to your dominant vibration. Think of reality as an infinite ocean of possibility waves, waiting to collapse into form at the direction of consciousness. Your consciousness. When you understand this principle, truly grasp it at the deepest level of your being, you begin to see that everything in your life, every circumstance, every relationship, every experience is a reflection of your inner energy state. This ancient wisdom has been preserved and protected, waiting for the moment when humanity would be ready to reclaim its power as conscious creators. That moment is now, and you have been called to this knowledge because you are prepared to step into your true power as a shaper of reality. The universe operates through precise, immutable laws. Just as gravity works consistently whether you understand it or not, the quantum energy law is always in effect, responding to your energy with mathematical precision. Part 1. Awakening to Quantum Energy. Chapter 1. The Hidden Fabric of Reality. In the heart of an endless desert, beneath a sky painted with countless stars, walked Amir, a young seeker drawn by whispers of the Weaver of Worlds. Tales spoke of this mysterious being who sat at the loom of existence, weaving reality from threads of pure energy. For 40 days and nights, Amir traversed the shifting sands, guided only by an ancient map passed down through generations of desert wanderers. On the 40th night, exhausted and nearly broken, Amir encountered an old woman sitting beside a small fire. Her eyes held the wisdom of ages as she shared the tale of the Weaver. "Reality," she began, "is not what your eyes perceive. The solid world before you is an illusion, a dance of energy so perfectly orchestrated it appears substantial. The Weaver does not create with matter but with vibrations of pure potential, responding to the thoughts and beliefs of all beings." She revealed how mystics and quantum physicists had discovered the same truth from different paths, that consciousness itself shapes the fabric of existence. "Your thoughts," she explained, "are not confined to your mind. They ripple through the quantum field, touching and transforming everything they encounter." As dawn approached, she shared another tale, that of Hassan the fisherman. While others struggled against the mighty waves, Hassan learned to read the invisible currents that flowed beneath the surface. He discovered that by aligning with these unseen forces rather than fighting them, the sea itself seemed to guide his boat to the richest fishing grounds. "Those who understand the quantum nature of reality," she said, "move through life as Hassan moved through the waters, in harmony with the unseen forces that shape all things." To awaken your own connection to this quantum field, practice this ancient ritual of energy awareness. Find a quiet space and sit comfortably. Rest your hands, palms up on your lap. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Now imagine your awareness expanding like ripples on a pond. Feel the subtle sensations in your hands, the tingling, the warmth, the gentle pulsing. This is not imagination, but your first perception of the quantum energy field that surrounds and permeates all things. Slowly move your hands closer together, then further apart. Notice the resistance, the magnetic quality between them. This sensation reveals the truth. You are not separate from the field of energy that creates reality. You are an integral part of it, constantly interacting with and shaping it through your consciousness. Practice this awareness daily, and you will begin to sense the subtle ways your energy influences the world around you. Like Hassan reading the invisible currents, you too will learn to navigate the quantum field that underlies all of existence. Chapter 2, You Are an Energy Being. In the mist-shrouded peaks of ancient mountains, where few dared to venture, lived an enigmatic hermit known for his strange teachings. One stormy evening, Alexander, a merchant who had lost his way, sought shelter in the hermit's cave. "Your body is not you," the hermit said without introduction, his voice carrying the weight of mountains. "It is merely the densest part of your energy field." Alexander laughed, dismissing the old man's words as the ramblings of isolation. But as the night deepened, peculiar events began to unfold. When Alexander spoke of his frustrations, the cave's temperature dropped sharply. When he shared tales of joy, the flames of their fire danced higher, casting warm patterns on the walls. Most striking of all, when anger filled his thoughts, small stones began to shift and roll near his feet. "You see," the hermit observed, "your energy signature reaches far beyond your flesh. Every thought, every feeling radiates outward, touching and transforming the world around you." Through the long night, the hermit revealed how humans exist as fields of living energy, constantly broadcasting their inner state into the universe. "Your thoughts and emotions are not contained within you," he explained. "They are signals, vibrations that ripple through the fabric of reality, drawing back experiences that match their frequency." To illustrate this truth, he shared the tale of Chen, a renowned artist in a distant land. Chen noticed that his paintings seemed to foretell events in his life. When he painted storms, conflicts arose. When he created scenes of abundance, opportunities flowed to him. Eventually, he realized it wasn't his brushstrokes predicting the future. They were creating it. His art was a physical expression of his inner vibration, and that vibration was shaping his reality. The hermit then taught Alexander an ancient practice for experiencing this truth directly. Stand in any room and become aware of its current atmosphere. Notice the quality of energy, heavy or light, stagnant or flowing. Now close your eyes and recall a moment of pure joy. Let this feeling fill your entire being. Hold this state for several minutes, then open your eyes and observe how the room's energy has shifted. Repeat this exercise with different emotions, watching how your inner state transforms the space around you. "This is not magic," the hermit said, "but the natural law of energy interaction. As you master your vibration, you master your reality." Chapter 3, The Observer Effect. In the hallowed halls of an ancient temple, where wisdom echoed through time-worn corridors, a devoted scholar named Ravi spent his days studying sacred texts. His master, watching him pore over manuscripts about manifestation, approached with an unusual proposition. "Beneath these very stones lies a chest of gold," the master stated simply. "But master," Ravi replied, "these floors have been swept and studied for centuries. Surely someone would have found it." "Only those who expect to find treasure will uncover it," the master said. "For the next 7 days, walk these halls knowing not hoping, but knowing that gold awaits beneath your feet. Though skeptical, Ravi followed his master's instructions. Each morning he paced the temple floors, cultivating an unshakable certainty that treasure lay beneath. On the seventh day, his foot caught an odd groove in a stone. Upon closer inspection, he discovered a hidden chamber containing an ancient chest filled with golden artifacts. How did generations of scholars miss this? Ravi asked in amazement. They saw only what they expected to see, empty stones and familiar passages, his master explained. Your expectation shaped reality itself, bringing forth what was always possible but never manifest. This truth extends beyond temple walls, as demonstrated by the tale of Kamal, a merchant in the bustling markets of old. Each morning, Kamal would envision how his customers would behave that day. When he anticipated rudeness, even his regular patrons grew short-tempered. When he expected generosity, strangers would purchase his wares at premium prices. Eventually, he realized his expectations were not predicting behavior. They were creating it. The ancient practice of reality shaping remains accessible to all who would master it. Choose a small, specific event you wish to manifest within the next day, perhaps a purple butterfly crossing your path or receiving an unexpected gift. Spend 15 minutes in absolute certainty of this outcome. Do not hope or wish. Know it as if it has already occurred. Release the thought completely and observe how reality aligns with your expectation. Record each success, building your understanding of this fundamental law. The universe, the master told Ravi, is not a fixed painting, but a canvas awaiting your brushstroke of expectation. Chapter 4, Quantum Vibration. In the misty mountains of the east lived Aiden, a wandering musician who stumbled upon an ancient stringed instrument in a forgotten shrine. The instrument, crafted from wood that seemed to shimmer with an inner light, bore an inscription. To play this lyre is to play the strings of existence itself. At first, Aiden approached it as he had every other instrument, focusing on technique and precision. But one evening, as his heart swelled with gratitude for the simple beauty of the sunset, his fingers moved of their own accord. The music that emerged was unlike anything he had ever created, and as the notes filled the air, golden light began to dance around him. Flowers bloomed out of season, and birds appeared from nowhere to join his melody. Fascinated, Aiden experimented further. When he played from a place of worry, storm clouds gathered. When he played from joy, strangers appeared bearing gifts of food and silver. He realized the instrument wasn't creating these effects, it was merely amplifying the frequency of his own emotional state. In a village not far from Aiden's mountain lived Jin, a blacksmith renowned for his exceptional craftsmanship. For years he had struggled to forge the most challenging pieces until an old master shared a secret. Metal sings at different frequencies. Match your own energy to the frequency it needs, and it will yield to your touch. Jin discovered that when he approached his forge with frustration, the metal became brittle and unyielding. But when he aligned his breath, his focus, and his energy with the task at hand, the metal seemed to flow like water beneath his hammer. His creations became legendary, not because he had learned new techniques, but because he had mastered the art of energetic alignment. The ancient practice of frequency alignment remains available to all who would master it. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Begin with 3 deep breaths, each one raising your energy like a tuning fork being struck. Now recall a moment of pure joy, not the memory, but the feeling itself. Let it fill your chest, your throat, your entire being. Feel your vibration rising with each breath. Hold this state for several minutes, noting how your body tingles, how the air around you seems to change. This is your natural frequency of attraction. Practice this alignment daily, watching as life begins to mirror your elevated state. Through Aiden's music and Jin's forge, we glimpse the eternal truth. What we attract is not determined by what we do, but by the frequency we maintain. The universe responds not to our actions, but to our energetic signature. Chapter 5. Shifting Timelines. In the mist-shrouded valleys of an ancient mountain range, Kai followed a peculiar butterfly with wings that seemed to shimmer between different colors. The butterfly led him to a weathered stone archway covered in symbols that appeared to shift and change as he watched. As he stepped through, the world around him multiplied like fractals in a mirror. He saw himself, not one but many versions. In one reality, he had chosen to become a merchant and lived in prosperity. In another, he had remained in his village, teaching children the old ways. Each version rippled with different choices, different beliefs, different energetic frequencies. An ancient voice whispered, "Every thought you think, every belief you hold, every vibration you maintain creates a doorway. You are not walking a single path. You are navigating an infinite sea of possibilities." In a distant kingdom, a warrior named Maya prepared for the battle of her life. Night after night she trained until exhaustion, yet victory seemed impossible against her formidable opponent. One evening, an elder approached her with wisdom passed down through generations. "Close your eyes," the elder instructed. "There exists a version of you who has already achieved victory. Feel her strength, her confidence, her knowing. Step into her energy." Maya followed these instructions, immersing herself in the feeling of already being victorious. She felt her posture change, her breath deepen, her energy align with this accomplished version of herself. When the day of battle arrived, she moved with an otherworldly grace, as though she were simply remembering movements she had already mastered. The quantum field holds infinite versions of your reality. Each vibrates at a unique frequency, waiting to be activated by your consciousness. Your power lies not in creating what you desire, but in aligning with the version of reality where it already exists. Sacred practice of reality shifting. Sit in silence and close your eyes. Breathe deeply until your mind grows still. Now envision the version of you who has already manifested your deepest desire. Feel their energy, their certainty, their state of being. Notice how they move, how they speak, how they carry themselves. Begin to breathe as they breathe. Move as they move. Think as they think. Let their energy become your energy. Hold this state for several minutes, allowing yourself to fully embody this reality. You are not pretending. You are shifting your frequency to match a version of you that already exists. Open your eyes while maintaining this energy. You have just stepped into a new timeline. Chapter 6. Energetic Resistance. In a monastery perched high in the mountains, young Jin approached Master Chen with frustration etched across his face. For months he had diligently practiced the ancient manifestation rituals, yet his deepest wishes remained unfulfilled. "Why do my prayers go unheard?" Jin asked, his voice heavy with disappointment. Without speaking, Master Chen led him down a winding path to the rushing river below. The water moved with tremendous force, carving its path through ancient stone. "Step into the river," Master Chen instructed, "and push against its flow with all your might." Jin waded into the cool water and pressed his hands against the current. The more he pushed, the more the river pushed back, nearly knocking him off balance. His muscles strained as he fought against the unstoppable force. "Now," Master Chen called out, "stop resisting and let the river guide you." As Jin relaxed his stance, he found himself moving in harmony with the water, floating effortlessly in its embrace. In the valley below lived Wei, a gardener whose heart yearned to grow the most beautiful flowers in the land. Each morning, he carefully tended his garden, yet his flowers withered while his neighbors' gardens flourished. Unknown to Wei, each time he watered his plants, his thoughts poisoned the soil. These seeds are probably too old. The soil isn't rich enough. The weather isn't right. One day, an old woman passed by his garden. "Your flowers don't grow because you plant doubt alongside your seeds," she observed. "Your disbelief is stronger than your desire. The universe flows like the river, carrying all possibilities toward you. But when you resist through fear, doubt, or contradiction, you create a force that blocks this natural flow. Your prayers are always heard, but your resistance prevents their manifestation." Sacred practice of energy clearing. Find a quiet space and settle into a comfortable position. Place your hands over your heart and breathe deeply. With each exhale, release a layer of resistance. Breathe out your doubts about deserving. Breathe out your fears of disappointment. Breathe out your disbelief in what's possible. Now imagine a golden light flowing through you, dissolving any remaining blocks. Feel yourself becoming like the river, fluid, accepting, in perfect flow. As this radiant energy moves through your body, let it illuminate every corner of doubt, every shadow of disbelief. The light carries with it the power of pure possibility, washing away layers of limitation that have accumulated over time. Stay here until you sense a lightness in your being, a sign that resistance has melted away, and you have become a perfect channel for the universe's abundance. Chapter 7. The Quantum Vacuum. In a time beyond memory, a mystic named Rayon dwelled in a hidden cave at the edge of existence. Those who sought his wisdom spoke of his ability to manifest objects from thin air, as though pulling them from an invisible realm. One day, a truth-seeker journeyed to his cave. "Show me where creation begins," she asked. Rayon guided her deep into the cave until no light remained. In the perfect darkness, he whispered, "This void you fear is the womb of all possibilities. Before there was something, there was nothing, and within that nothing lived everything that could ever be." As her eyes adjusted, she began to perceive subtle movements in the darkness, like ripples in an infinite ocean. The emptiness wasn't empty at all. It pulsed with potential, waiting to be called into form. In a distant city lived Kamal, an inventor who struggled to bring his visions to life. Each night he would sketch his ideas, only to crumple them in frustration. One evening, exhausted from his efforts, he sat in silence. In that space between thoughts, a strange clarity emerged. He realized that every invention he sought already existed in potential form, waiting to be discovered rather than created. The quantum vacuum is not a void of nothingness, but a field of infinite possibility. Like an ocean of unmanifested energy, it contains every conceivable reality in seed form. Your consciousness is the force that causes these seeds to sprout into physical existence. Sacred practice of stillness. Sit in absolute silence, close your eyes, and allow your awareness to sink deeper and deeper into the space between your thoughts. Feel yourself entering the quantum field, the birthplace of all creation. Notice how this field isn't empty but charged with potential. Let your breath become so subtle that you barely disturb the air, like the gentlest whisper of wind across still waters. In this profound stillness, sense the infinite possibilities surrounding you, each one a seed of potential waiting to bloom into existence. You are not separate from this field. You are it, expressing itself in human form, a living embodiment of the universe exploring its own nature. Rest here, in the void where all things begin, until you feel the stirring of creation within you, like the first rays of dawn awakening a sleeping world. Allow yourself to merge with this sacred space where thought transforms into reality, where dreams take shape in the quantum dance of creation. Chapter 8, Embodying the Future You Now. Among the mist-shrouded peaks of an ancient mountain range, Ajar sought the legendary Oracle of Mirrors. After a grueling climb, he found not a grand temple, but a simple cave where an old woman sat before a pool of still water. "I see you seek to change your path," she said without looking up. "Yet you search outside for what lies within." She beckoned him closer to the pool. As Ajar gazed into its depths, his reflection shifted, showing not who he was, but who he could become, confident, accomplished, radiating an inner power he had never known. "The future you desire already exists," the oracle whispered. "To reach it, you must become it. Your present self cannot enter a future that belongs to a different version of you." In the bustling markets of a distant city lived Kadir, a merchant whose stall was modest and whose purse was light. One day he noticed how wealthy traders carried themselves, their posture, their speech, the way they conducted business with unwavering certainty. Something stirred within him. Instead of hoping for prosperity, he began to embody it. He arranged his simple goods with the same care a jeweler might display precious gems. He greeted customers with the confidence of a successful businessman. He walked, talked, and negotiated as though abundance was his natural state. Within months, his small stall grew into a shop. The shop became an emporium. His certainty had shaped reality itself. The universe responds not to what you want, but to who you are. Every desired reality has a corresponding energy signature, a specific frequency of thought, emotion, and belief. When you align yourself with this signature, you become a natural match for that reality. This is not pretense or mere acting. It is energetic alignment at the deepest level. The future version of you who has already achieved your dreams exists now in potential form. By embodying their energy, you create a bridge between present and future. Future self-integration practice. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, allowing your awareness to expand. Picture your future self who has already manifested your deepest desires. Observe how they move, speak, and interact with the world. Now feel their energy flowing into you. Notice how they hold their body, their level of confidence, their state of being. Allow yourself to merge with this energy until the boundary between present and future self begins to dissolve. Throughout your day, pause occasionally and ask, "How would my future self approach this situation?" Then align your energy with that higher version of you. Let their certainty become your certainty, their peace become your peace, their mastery become your mastery. Feel their wisdom flowing through your actions, their confidence guiding your choices. With each conscious alignment, you strengthen the bridge between present and future, allowing that elevated state of being to manifest more fully in your current experience. Your future self's qualities are not distant aspirations, but living potentials waiting to be embodied in this moment. Chapter 9, The Cosmic Mirror. In a kingdom long forgotten by time, King Adil ruled from a golden throne, yet peace eluded him. Each morning he gazed across his realm, watching as storms gathered when his heart was troubled, and sunshine broke through when joy touched his spirit. One dawn, as anxiety gripped him over neighboring threats, he noticed the castle walls had begun to crack. When fear of betrayal haunted his thoughts, his most loyal advisors grew distant. But on days when gratitude filled his heart, the gardens bloomed with unprecedented vigor. and when he felt genuine love for his people, the kingdom prospered beyond measure. A wise elder observed his pattern and approached the throne. "Your Majesty," she said, "have you not noticed? The kingdom is but a mirror, reflecting the landscape of your inner world." Through months of observation, King Adil discovered the truth. His realm was not responding to his commands, but to his consciousness. The kingdom's prosperity flowed not from his decrees, but from his state of being. In a distant village lived Tamir, a craftsman known for his exquisite woodwork. Though his skill was great, his creations varied dramatically with his self-image. When doubt clouded his mind, his pieces emerged rough and uninspired. But in moments when he recognized his mastery, his hands carved wonders that seemed touched by divine grace. One day Tamir realized that his work reflected not his technical ability, which remained constant, but his inner relationship with himself. As he learned to honor his gifts, his reputation soared. His self-worth shaped not only his creations, but the opportunities that flowed into his life. The outer world serves as a faithful mirror, reflecting back your deepest beliefs and emotional states. This is not metaphor, but universal law. Your circumstances, relationships, and experiences align precisely with your inner landscape. Change within and the outer must follow. This is the immutable nature of reality. Inner world alignment practice. Sit in stillness and observe your current circumstances without judgment. Notice how each aspect of your life reflects your inner state. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing yourself to sense the connection between your thoughts, emotions, and the world around you. Close your eyes and feel the energy of your being. What beliefs do you hold about yourself? What emotions dominate your inner space? As you identify these patterns, recognize them in your external reality. Now consciously choose a new inner state. If you seek abundance, cultivate inner wealth. If you desire peace, become peace itself. Hold this elevated state for several minutes, knowing the outer world must shift to match this new frequency. Throughout your day, pause to align your inner state with your desired reality. Remember, the universe is not responding to your wishes, but to your way of being. Let your inner transformation guide the reshaping of your outer world. Chapter 10. The Quantum Shift. In a hidden grove where ancient trees whispered secrets of the ages, a student named Rael sought wisdom from Master Chen. For years, Rael had traveled far and wide, collecting knowledge like precious gems, believing each new teaching would finally unlock his potential. "Tell me, Master," Rael asked, "what final wisdom will complete my understanding?" Master Chen smiled, his eyes twinkling with knowing amusement. "What if I told you that you have carried the greatest power within you since the day you drew your first breath?" Rael's brow furrowed. "But I have studied for years." "And in all your studies," Master Chen replied, "have you not simply remembered what your soul has always known? When truth resonates, does it not feel like recognizing an old friend?" Through a series of gentle questions, Master Chen guided Rael to see how every profound teaching had merely awakened something dormant within him. Each principle, the fluid nature of reality, the power of vibration, the mirror of consciousness, had felt true because they were already written in his being. "The universe is not external to you," Master Chen explained. "You are the universe experiencing itself. The power you seek is not something to attain, but to remember. Every law we have explored is simply an aspect of your true nature." In that moment, Rael understood. His years of seeking had not been about accumulating knowledge, but about stripping away the layers that concealed his inherent wisdom. The quantum field was not separate from him, it was him. The power to shape reality was not a skill to master but his natural state of being. Energy activation practice. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Close your eyes and place your hands over your heart. Breathe deeply, feeling the life force flowing through your body. Speak these words of remembrance. I am not separate from the power that creates worlds. I am that power in expression. I now reclaim my natural state of being. Feel the energy rising within you, not as something new, but as an ancient force awakening from slumber. Let it fill every cell, every thought, every breath. Allow yourself to remember your true nature. Feel the artificial boundaries between you and the universe dissolving. You are not learning these principles. You are remembering who you have always been. Sit in this awareness for as long as feels right. When you open your eyes, carry this remembrance with you. You are not becoming powerful. You are power itself, awakening to its true nature. Part 2. Mastering the Quantum Manifestation Process. Chapter 11. Energy Calibration. In the misty harbors of an ancient port, a traveler named Jin searched for Ryu, a navigator whose ships never lost their way. Tales spoke of Ryu's ability to guide vessels through storms that swallowed other ships whole, and through fogs so thick they seemed solid as stone. When Jin finally found him, Ryu stood barefoot on weathered planks, eyes closed, swaying slightly, as if to music only he could hear. "How do you navigate when stars hide and storms rage?" Jin asked. Ryu opened his eyes. "Remove your shoes," he said simply. "Feel what lies beneath." Jin did as instructed, and Ryu guided his attention to subtle sensations beneath his feet. The world pulses with currents of energy, like rivers flowing beneath the earth. When you align with these currents, you flow effortlessly toward your destination. But how does this help at sea? Jin wondered. The same energy flows everywhere, Ryu explained. Success in any endeavor comes not from forcing your way forward, but from aligning with the natural flow of universal energy. When I navigate, I attune my being to the frequency of my destination. The ship follows as naturally as water flows downhill. To demonstrate, Ryu led Jin onto his ship. Instead of consulting maps or stars, he closed his eyes and adjusted his posture, breath, and energy until he felt complete resonance with their intended harbor. The ship, as if guided by an invisible hand, glided smoothly through the fog. In the mountains far away, a sculptor named Maya discovered this same truth through stone. Before touching her chisel to marble, she would sit with the raw stone for days, attuning herself to its essence until she could feel the finished masterpiece resonating within. Only when her energy matched the frequency of her vision would she begin to sculpt, and the stone seemed to release its form effortlessly beneath her hands. Energy alignment practice. Sit quietly and focus on your breath. Feel the energy flowing through your body. Now bring to mind a goal or desire. Instead of straining toward it, sense its unique frequency, how it would feel to already be living that reality. Adjust your breath, posture, and emotional state until you feel yourself resonating with that frequency, like Ryu feeling the currents beneath his feet, or Maya sensing the sculpture within the stone. Allow yourself to align naturally with the energy of your desire. Maintain this resonance for several minutes, noting how your body feels when in perfect alignment. Pay attention to the subtle shifts in your energy, perhaps a warmth in your chest, a lightness in your limbs, or a deep sense of peace washing over you. This is your compass, your chisel, the tool that transforms possibility into reality through the science of energetic alignment. Like a master craftsman who knows the exact pressure needed to shape stone, You will learn to recognize and cultivate these moments of perfect attunement, for they are the gateway through which your desires flow into manifestation. Chapter 12. Thought Form Alchemy. In a remote monastery perched high in mist-shrouded peaks, young Kai knelt beside Master Chen as the elderly monk held a simple clay bowl filled with water. The morning light filtered through paper screens, casting gentle shadows across the wooden floor. Master Chen's voice emerged soft yet resonant, ancient syllables flowing like a mountain stream. As his chant deepened, the water in the bowl began to shimmer,